Okay, everyone, welcome back to another episode of Entrepreneurship Decoded. I'm so excited for today's guest, Justin Maxwell, just a regular guy who was a coach and a teacher, but decided to do more with his life due to just a deep inner desire to just do more for the world and provide more in this life. So, Justin, how are you doing today?
I'm doing really good. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on here. I'm grateful that you do this. It's a cool thing that you're doing, so I appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you. Today you work for Big Life Financial, and you're just serving other businesses, but that's not really where you started, right? So let's dive into you and kind of where you were at way before you are at right now. So could you just give me just an overview of you and where your entrepreneurship journey kind of started?
Yeah, I definitely will. So I started my journey in a position of not ever even thinking about being an entrepreneur. I was just in the mindset of I'm going to do something I really enjoy. I'm going to go to school. I'm going to get a good job, and I'm just going to live out my life just like my parents and my grandparents and just like everyone around me. I didn't know any entrepreneurs. I was just going to do that life. And it was fine. Like I didn't have any objection to it. I really enjoyed learning. I enjoy providing as much value to the world, but it wasn't providing as much for me. So let me just go to back where I've always not known what I wanted to do. I've always had I thought I really liked things. So I really enjoy science and learning and education, but I've also really enjoyed health and helping people, being a coach and being in athletics and being involved in sports. So I've been drawn in a lot of different ways, but a lot of times that doesn't result in a lot of success because you separate too much of your focus, and it just results in being good at a lot of things, but not great at one thing. Me being a teacher, I just didn't know, I felt like I had stopped. I had a point where I wasn't progressing anymore. There'd become a lack of progress, either financially, which just happens being a teacher. There was a lack of development within me, and I've always sought to be always learning, and I felt like I'd reached an end to where PE teaching could take me. And so I started looking outside of PE teaching for other sources of income, for other ways to make money. And I eventually had a friend that does real estate investing, and he was associated with a course of real estate courses, and not just real estate, but entrepreneurial studies. And so I purchased that course just as I need to do something else. I'm going to look into this just to start looking to see if this is a direction I can go. And that course really just completely blew my mind. So it taught me how to do real estate investing, from flipping houses to be a landlord to doing seller finance notes. But it taught me more about how to be an entrepreneur, how to manage my money, how to be looking to bring value to the world. And it completely blew my mind, because that mindset, but that idea of being your own boss, controlling your own future, starting a business, this is how it can be done, never ever once entered my mind prior to that. And this is I'm 20 at this point. It'd be 27 years. So 27 years of my life never entered my mind, never even occurred to me that was even a possibility. And it's kind of weird that you would even think that why have you never heard that before? It's just that was never a part of what I was taught anywhere during school or by my parents. It was just always go to school, get a job, and continue onward and just retire, and that everything's going to be okay. And so it completely blew my mind. It made me read a ton of books. It made me listen to tons of podcasts and just change who I was listening to, change the circle of people I was around. And so I just started acting I still was teaching, but I didn't know exactly what business I should be doing or how to do it yet, because I still was unsure on that. So I just was I just got to do something, just try things to see if it works. So I started flipping houses. I found a little bit of success in flipping houses, but for me, there's a lot of stress when it comes to flipping houses that I don't necessarily like, and it's a lot of babysitting as part of me. So I'm having to constantly keep up on contractors. Why aren't you here? What's going on? Dealing with excuses. Things are always going wrong. That's not always the case. Flipping's a great thing. I'm probably still going to flip houses, but it's just not. It's going to be one at a time. It's not going to be a business. So flipping houses as a business wasn't for me, and that's completely fine. I think there's other people that love it. I know a lot of people that flip houses as their business, and they'd be wonderful at it. But for me, that wasn't it. So I had to keep looking for other things that I could do as a business without just dropping my career, because my wife depends on me, my kids depend on me. I can't just walk away from that. And during my investigations of what I should be doing, I came across a book called Killing Sacred Cows. And in that book, the author, Garrett Gunderson, really challenges the current like way people save money and like the 401k system and the way people do that. And that really intrigued me, but I didn't really know exactly how I could pursue that. But I eventually ended up meeting his partner, Derek Van Ness, who has now become my mentor. And Derek was looking to like bring on a mentee, looking to expand his business and looking to like help people like do what he does. And so it's been a really big blessing. And so I've been able to join exactly that what that book was talking about, and helping people use life insurance as a means to make your money maximized. And it's not like typical life insurance. Like when people hear that, they think that it's just like a waste of money. It's putting your money in a hole that's never going to come out. But we structure things differently, and we do things a lot differently, and it's been really empowering to me. And then we don't just do that. We help people save on taxes, and it's been really enlightening because I learned a lot of taxes during my entrepreneurial studies, like the flipping houses, like how it should work, how to structure entities, and how to save on taxes, how to give as little as possible legally to the government. And so I love helping people save on taxes. And so I am now a wealth and tax strategist, helping people pay as little as possible to the government, and then helping them maximize their dollars once they keep that money that they're making. So that's my journey. I apologize if I talk a little quickly. That gets a little bit excited for me, but that's where I am, and that's how I got here. And it's been really fun, and I really feel like I found something that is where I should be, and it's going to push me to the long term and help me be my own boss for a really long time.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, well, a lot of people get really excited. Like if they find their passion, they find something that they truly love. They talk fast, they get excited about it. So yeah, don't apologize. It's exciting to listen to other people just talk about what they love and just get out there. And it's really cool just to see how of an impact you're making. And just so going back, you kind of talked about a lot of challenges that you faced. It's like, okay, you were financially challenging, you had to support your family, you went through all of these things with all those different paths that you went on. So like what motivated you? What was like your why that just kept driving you to find something else that will sustain you, fulfill you, just fulfill that desire that you had inside?
Yeah, so I think I have two big whys. Number one is my family, like being able to support them and being able to provide for them without my wife working. So she really does a wonderful job of being a mom. Like she has a degree. She could definitely be working if she wanted to, but she chooses to stay home with her little boys. And I really appreciate that. And she wants to do that. And so I want to provide that opportunity for her so she doesn't feel forced to work. So that is number one, is allowing her to be a mom because she wants to be a mom. And then number two is I have just always had a big desire to be great at something, be really just fabulously wonderful, and just like be either the best or be seen as an expert at something that can be just, I want to be the best, essentially. And that drive is kind of what pushes me to do that. So like I'm always pursuing. That's what, when I hit that wall in teaching, like I felt like I'd reached, obviously I can always be improving, but like I felt like I'd reached a point where I couldn't make myself better. I couldn't provide more value to the world. And so I hit that wall, and it pushed me to want to learn more. And so that's that why of wanting more and more and being better and better is a huge driver for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think, yeah, just a little hearing your story, just seeing you move through those challenges and finding something that you just fills that void that you have is just really empowering and awesome. So you kind of talked about your mentor, the one person that you found that just kind of pushed you and shaped you to who you are today. Do you kind of want to talk about like a specific story experience you've had with him that just really skyrocketed your learning experience, or just something that really stuck with you that made him such that empowering mentor that you love today?
Yeah, I think for me, Derek, he does a wonderful job at, like, he doesn't, like, he's not paying for marketing for me. Like he doesn't, like, he's not doing things for me. Like he provides me with information on what he did, and then he allows me to go and do it and figure it out myself. And I really appreciate that, because it forces me to learn how to do it. Like I'm not being handed the system. So he's teaching me or coaching me on, like, here's some steps that I took. If you copy these, and let's see if we can't find you the same success I had. And so that's what I really appreciate about him, is it's not like a hand-holding mentorship. It's, here's some ideas, here's what you can do, And then I'm like just taking ideas and just running with it. Like we've written an ebook together. We've done different podcasts like this, and we've just gone out and just trying to really expand what we're trying to offer to business owners. And it's been really helpful. I feel like I'm a partner with him versus him like just dragging me along or being like a boss, per se, which I really appreciate as a mentor.
Yeah, that's great. I think everyone deserves or needs someone even at just at the start. They can do it on their own eventually, but just having that person just help them go forward, have that motivator, and just giving you kind of the system of how it works is really, really awesome. So you guys kind of talked about a system and program that you guys are doing today. What's kind of the main thing that with your customers, the people you talk to, what's the main thing that you feel like they just struggle with that you feel like you provide them, you were able to help them with the most?
Yeah, so our primary target is business owners, and we know that business owners love to be business owners. They don't necessarily aren't the best when it comes to like their finances. And so they don't know where to put their money. They don't know exactly how to do it. And so a lot of times they just end up putting their money in the stock market because that's just what everyone else does. And so many times that's not the best place for business owners' money, because that money should be probably invest in their business to help it grow and continue to prosper, invested in themselves. But if you're putting it in it and giving it away to someone else where you don't have control for it for years and it's just lost and you don't know it, understand it, we don't really like that mentality. We feel like you should know and understand the investments you're making. And so we want people to learn how to save and to put their money in a place where it's going to grow exponentially while still giving them the ability to control and invest in things that they know and understand. So we teach business owners how to do that, and we help them figure it out and figure out not just like what they should be investing in, but putting their money to work that's going to be the most maximization for them. So whether that's a piece of equipment they need to buy, or whether that's investing in something that they really understand, like real estate. Like if they understand real estate, invest in real estate. If you understand the stock market, invest in the stock market. But don't just throw your money out just because you have a lot of it saved up there and just give it away because you don't know what to do with it. So we help business owners understand what to do with their money once they have it. Now let's put it in a place that's going to grow and be safe, protected, and still allow you to act on investment opportunities.
That's awesome. That's so cool. So you pretty much just help business owners figure out where to best utilize their money that just gives them the best outcome results from the things that they've already known and may know about other investments. Is that pretty much?
Yeah, essentially. So we call it we call our system the Money Maximization Model. So like I said, we use life insurance to do that, but life insurance is going to grow at it has a guaranteed interest rate return of 4%. And so we consider that a savings account. So if you go to a bank and put your money in a savings account where most people put it when they're saving money, you're going to get 1 to less than 1% on interest return. And so we're helping them put this money into an account that allows it still to be liquid, allows it still to be used, but you're now getting 4 to 6% on your money. So it's growing exponentially, has the potential to really start to explode exponentially through time. But the best part is it allows you to still use your money with it. It's not stuck there. Like if you did that in the stock market where it's going to grow exponentially and be an investment, it's stuck, it's locked in. If you pull it out, then it's locked out. When you pull your money out of this system, it continues to grow. So this is one of the coolest parts about it is, let's say you had $100,000, you have it in your or your money maximization account, your whole life insurance account. It's growing at 4 to 6%. You have an opportunity come up in your business to either expand, grow, or you have an investment you want to make. When you pull the money out of your wealth maximization account, the 100,000 doesn't leave. It stays and it continues to grow at 4 to 6%. And the money is now being used over here to either buy the piece of equipment, to invest in what you want. So it gets to grow in 2 different areas. And so now we're maximizing the dollar. And so we call it a system that you put money through, not in. So you're working the money through the system so it gets to grow in and outside of the account. So that's really, really exciting to me. And a lot of business owners, once they listen to our presentation and hear how it works, they really get excited about it too. And it really helps them have peace of mind and understanding. And it's a really cool thing.
That's so cool. Yeah, that's a lot of businesses probably need that system instead of just putting their money somewhere that it might create interest over time, but having a system is really smart. That's really cool that you're a part of something like that. So just final question. As someone who didn't find entrepreneurship, that you wanted a regular life, but kind of got brought into this journey of entrepreneurship, what would be your advice for someone either looking to do it or starting it? What advice would you provide them based on what you've experienced in your own journey?
All right. So my advice would be to just invest in yourself. So like the first thing that made me even think of it was me purchasing that education. So that was me investing in something that was going to increase my capacity to learn. And so a lot of people don't understand their potential until they read something or hear something. And so I would say just educate yourself on any area you want to learn. So I learned how to invest in real estate. And so that enlightened me and it changed my entire path. So whatever people are passionate about, just go learn about how people make money in that. Like just invest in like being a business owner, invest in learning about taxes so that when you become a business owner, you know like what taxes you should be paying and which ones you shouldn't be paying, like how to get deductions, how to get credits. Like there's so many things that people should be investing in that could benefit their business in the long run, or them as a person, even if they don't end up being a entrepreneur. Like they can still bring value to their business and by investing in themselves, like because they have an idea, they read it in a book, they bring it to the boss gets implemented, it helps the bottom line, it helps the business grow. So it doesn't just have to be entrepreneurship, but if you are investing in you to make yourself the best person, I think that's the best advice.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that'll just provide a lot of value to people listening or watching. So yeah, thank you, Justin, for coming on. I really appreciate you just sharing your story, your journey, challenges, everything you went through. Thank everyone for watching. If you want to learn more information about Justin, I have his information down below. So don't forget to check that out. Also, I have a ebook that I just wrote. It's a guide called The Successful Business Owner's Secret Guide to Just Dominate the New Market. So it'll just help you figure out consumer spending and all these little secrets here and there that I put in there just to provide you all with value. So that's also below. Don't forget to subscribe and like this channel. Love you all. Thank you all for coming. Thank you, Justin. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank you for having me on. And if people want to schedule an interview with me, they can go or just start like a strategy session with me. They want to learn about that model that we use, or they want to learn how to save on taxes. They can go to tax.biglifefinancial.com and they can set up a consultation with me.
Yeah, awesome. That's down below too. So thank you, guys. Yep.
Thank you.